G'day mates, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we've got a lot to talk about. I want to talk about the new team swaps and who's split on NA East because some of these we were kind of expecting. It looks like Clix, Bizzle and Bugha have split up as a team and found new teams, but two teams I wasn't really expecting. We have Mackwood, Khanada and Bucke splitting up and Degen, Ajers and Skqttles. Now, Mackwood's team and Degen's team didn't perform that insanely well this FNCS, but I truly think they will or could have next FNCS, but it looks like they've jumped the gun. They've split up. They found new teammates. I want to talk about who they are and how well I think they'll actually work together. Also, at the end of today's video, it looks like we got confirmation that there will not be a 2021 World Cup, and there's a very good chance there won't be a 2022 World Cup or any LAN events until at least the end of 2022. So I want to talk about what statement we got regarding that and just my general thoughts on having no LAN events for what could be the next year to a year and a half of Fortnite's career. When it comes down to Clix, Bizzle and Bugha, quite a few people saw this coming. They didn't have the best FNCS. They didn't make finals. They did make top 5 the season before though. But again, if you watch them play this season, a lot of people were kind of saying they weren't having too much fun together. Their personalities were clashing. Clix and Bugha kept making fun of Bizzle. Bizzle was getting annoyed at Clix and Bugha. You even had the kids that were, of course, jumping all over Bizzle saying that Clix is too good for him. All that kind of drama. I'm sure you guys have seen it throughout the season. But they were contested. I truly think that Clix, Bizzle and Bugha could have done really well. Do I think they're an FNCS winning team? Probably not, unless they put a lot of time into grinding and working together. Do I think they have the potential to be an FNCS winning team? Yeah. But for whatever reason, it looks like they have split. At first, I wasn't too sure whether I wanted to believe it. We had Bucke come out and say, Bucke, Mackwood, Clix, no troll. And I was like, I mean, he says no troll, but Bucke has trolled us a lot in the past. He's done a lot of impression farms, but I was like, okay, I'll give him benefit of the doubt. This one could be real. Let's wait and see. He then replied to the comment saying, I'll talk about and explain the whole situation next time I stream, which again made me like less inclined to want to believe it because next time he goes live, it's going to be a whole bunch of kids jumping his stream and freaking out. He did end up going live though, and I started to question whether it was real. Then Mackwood ended up tweeting out, guess I can't stream snipe Clix anymore, which, you know, lends itself into if he's playing with him, he can't stream snipe him. The joke makes sense. But the one that did it for me, because again, I haven't really seen him do any impression farms, was when Bugha tweeted out, LFT, so looking for trio, DM me. And then he responded, gonna be IGLing and tarping, just need 2 mechanical smart kids. So for me, that's what sold the deal. It looks like Clix, Bizzle, and Bugha have split up, and it looks like we're now going to be getting Bucke, Mackwood, and Clix. But I know what you're thinking, where does that leave Khanada? What's going on with Khanada? Up until literally 10 minutes before I recorded this video, I didn't know what that meant for Khanada either. I was going to make this video saying like, oh, where's Khanada going to go? Was going to talk about what teams he'd fit into. And this one I did not see coming. Skqttles tweeted it's over and then posted a photo of the DMs with Degen, where Degen says this was a decision that took a long time for us to make and it wasn't something spontaneous. We wanted to split last season, but we played again because of the All-Star event. I'm sorry, bro. Remember, they came top 6 last FNCS. This wasn't a poor performance by any means. Then Skqttles responds, this is a dumb decision, ... who you're playing with so I know who to not hit up. Degen then responds, Khanada. Skqttles then responds, sick bro, I hope you'll do awful. And then now the replies, everyone's freaking out because no one really saw this coming. So again, a few of you might think, oh, that's not a good response by Skqttles. Why is Skqttles being so negative? Like, hope you do awful. But you gotta remember, Degen, Ajers and Skqttles had a chance to win this most recent FNCS. Halfway through day 2, they were in the lead. They were winning this NA East FNCS halfway through the day. They were the most consistent team, being the only team after 9 games to have more than 20 points in every single game, and it was only towards the end they fell off. They ended up coming 4th on 298 points, only a few eliminations behind 3rd, and they came 6th the FNCS before. A top 6 and a top 4 with a chance to win with a few more good games. This is by far the most surprising split. Again, if you want to talk about Clix, Bizzle, Bugha, that's whatever, but they didn't perform. So fair enough, you didn't have a good FNCS, try something new. Degen, Ajers, Skqttles had a fantastic FNCS on the back of an also fantastic FNCS. Again, I'm not going to blame them. Degen, Ajers obviously that confident they can win and they want to go for a winning team, and they didn't just pick up, you know, old mate Joe. They did pick up Khanada. Like, Khanada is unarguably top 5, top 3, maybe even the best fragger in NAE. So they got a good teammate, but I feel like chemistry comes out on top in a lot of these things. We have multiple FNCSs to go. We have the All-Star event coming up as well. And I do really think it would have made sense for these guys to stick together, but for whatever reason, they've split. That does still sound like a really good team. Who can Skqttles go play with now? I mean, Bugha's looking for a trio. I could see Skqttles and Bugha working really, really well together. Bugha said he wants someone who can just be a smart mechanical kid. That's what Skqttles is. So it's not all for the worst, but Skqttles seems pretty upset over it, as you can imagine he would be. This is a team that he could win FNCS with. As far as Mackwood, Bucke, and Khanada splitting up, this one surprised me a little bit too. They came 7th overall in this FNCS. They had really, really bad luck on day one with a whole bunch of server issues. They were dropping craggy cliffs. A lot of the zones went south. They didn't make too many excuses for their performance. They did say that it just came down to them playing too aggressively and keying too hard, but they ended up getting a 7th. That's not a terrible performance. But again, Bucke, Khanada, Mackwood, they obviously want to win FNCS. They want to do what they can to have a winning performance, and the new teams that are formed look pretty interesting. To be honest, when I look at Clix right now, he does look as mechanically strong as he's ever looked. Probably the best he's looked, but Bucke and Mackwood are now going to have to be okay with Clix streaming, or, I mean, Clix has taken a break from streaming right now. Maybe he's just not going to come back competitively. Maybe he's not going to stream tournaments. I don't know. We did again get confirmation recently that looks like Clix has lost his creator code for good, which I'm sure is just going to be putting so much more pressure on him, motivates him maybe that much less to get into streaming and content. I don't know. I don't want to make all those assumptions yet, but either way, those two teams do look fantastic. If Bugha and Skqttles can pick up another solid third, they're also looking really good. So it's not all doom and gloom, but I was surprised by a few of these choices. All right, let's move on to the new information that came out today and how we now know that not only are LAN events not going to come back for Fortnite through all of 2021, it's looking like they're not going to come back until mid to late 2022 or even later. That's more than a year from now. So we had Iowa Esports make a post saying that they had to cancel their Midwest open circuit because Epic reached out to them and notified them that they do not want any in-person event taking place due to the COVID pandemic until Q2 2022, or when the impact of COVID-19 has diminished. And this surprised a lot of people. You've got to remember there's other major esports right now, like Valorant, who just ran the Valorant Championship Tour 2021 in Iceland, an absolutely massive LAN event that looked like it went pretty smoothly. Again, maybe you guys have some information I don't. Let me know in the comments section down below, but I didn't hear any major issues or concerns with COVID, the players' safety. I didn't really hear any major issues. So I think with that kind of stuff happening, everyone thought that maybe Fortnite was going to, if anything, bring back LAN events before the end of 2021, or at most at the end of 2021 into 2022. But it looks like they've now canceled them until at least halfway through 2022. And this is a third-party event. This isn't even an event that Fortnite's putting on themselves. They've had to reach out to someone who's running a Fortnite event and say that no, despite, you know, whatever the laws are in their state or whatever issues there are, they aren't allowed to run a Fortnite event. And Epic does have that power. It is their game, and this upset quite a few people, especially people who were going to the Midwest open circuit. But looking on a bigger scale, this has kind of scared me a little bit as well, because again, I'm looking forward to LAN events. I mean, I am in Australia. I have the hope to move to America if I need to still cast Fortnite events. I've thought about the reality of it. I absolutely love casting, absolutely love being involved in Fortnite esports. And if I had to move to America to be able to cast these fantastic events that, you know, mean so much to me, I would do it. So I was kind of hopeful they would be coming back. I've only got to do one LAN event, which was the Australian Open, right before everything kicked off in January of 2019. And since then, we've had nothing else. I got to have that brief taste of how fun they are, how exciting they are, and how awesome they are. And then there's just been nothing until now. So I was one of those people thinking, oh, I wasn't thinking a World Cup. I didn't think we are going to get a 2021 or even like an early 2022 World Cup, but I was thinking maybe DreamHack or something else. But it looks like Epic has made the stance, and it looks like things won't be going ahead. And a lot of people have been, you know, backwards and forwards in this. Some people are understanding. And again, I understand Epic wanting to take care of their players. And that's what, you know, Iowa Esports said as well. They get where Epic is coming from, because again, safety of the players and people involved in the game is paramount, and COVID in some areas is still very much out of control. And that's what Iowa Esports said as well. It looks like it's not just Fortnite being a North American event, it is an international event. So even if there's certain areas that are under control, which I found a bit funny, because again, as an Australian, Don't hate on me. Looking from the outside in, I wouldn't say COVID is doing really well in America. I wouldn't say it's super under control. If anything, I'd say that's one of the places in the world where it is a bit more of an issue, but I get where they're coming from, that internationally, if COVID's out of control in a different country, and then those players are traveling to another country to play in this event, it then causes an outbreak, players get sick. All it's going to take is for one player to get sick, God forbid, have something go wrong, maybe some kind of a complication, it leads to a fatality, and you know Epic would be absolutely slammed to running an event. So no matter how bad we want them, I fully understand where Epic is coming from, and I don't think this is kind of a situation where people are getting mad at Epic or being like, how dare you? It's just more of a disappointment and another realization that even as things kind of get more back to normal with COVID, that things are still going to stay like this for a very long time, and yeah, LAN events aren't coming back for, at the earliest, at least a year. I just want to let you guys know I've seen a whole bunch of questions and a whole bunch of you reaching out to me. Aussie, what is going on with this all-star event? Who's playing? How's it going to work? Is it solos? Is it trios? What are the game modes? I'm going to cover all of that in a video in the next few days. I've reached out to a few people to get a bunch of lists together to see if I can get a full list of who is playing, who's competing, and how some of the situations are going to work, because you've got teams like, Muzz, Speedy, and Luda who just qualified in OCE. They're moving over to NA for the next, short period of time. If they go before all-star events start, can they play? Or because they qualified in OCE, do they have to play in OCE? Or are the events going to be international? Like, is this like, supposed to be like a mini World Cup thing where those skill games you can play by yourself in creative on whatever ping you're on, and then the scores get combined or they get compared? I'm trying to get all the information together before I make that video, but don't worry, it is coming. Alright guys, that does it for another video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please chuck a like on it. Let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts on anything I talked about today. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It would mean the world to me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.